What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you all are having a wonderful Friday Eve, which is also called Thursday. So if you guys are new here, my name is Anthony Weaver. I'm the host of the About That Wallet podcast, where we focus on the sandwich generation, helping them build strong financial habits. Now, one of the questions I got out there is, what are the financial goals that you're trying to reach this year? And what is stopping you? I want you to focus on that, because that is something that will help you enjoy this episode today. But I would say we are talking about how can you escape the financial chaos when you are in that sandwich generation. So without further ado, let's go ahead on and get this money. I gotta get my bills paid. So let's listen to this intro right quick and we'll get to it. You're listening to the About That Wallet podcast. We'll be right back after these messages.
Low credit score dragging you down? Score Boost by Smart Credit helps you maximize your score by showing you exactly how much you need to pay off and by which date to gain the most points. Pay less and gain the most points the fastest. And you can start just for $1. Click the link in the bio, save thousands. Don't wait.
Even the best and the brightest this world has to offer have coaches and mentors. Build strong money-making behaviors by applying financial concepts and strategies with Anthony Weaver on the About That Wallet Show. It's time to get off the bench and get in the game. Now, here's your host, Anthony Weaver.
And we are in here. So, as always, I like to bring in the news to kind of talk about different topics because we live in real time. And so one of the things that I do want to say is that we have had a situation that was going down in DCA. If you haven't heard about it, looked like a passenger airline had ran into a commercial, the helicopter had ran into one of the airlines, and that is really devastating. So I do want to take a moment to a silence for them and their families just trying to get to their destinations. And you're looking at about almost 67 people had lost their lives in this process. So I'm going to see if I can find something right quick just to kind of see what the latest news on that. I mean, this is a live show. And because it is live, I do want to show some of the live events that are happening. Yes, this might be evergreen, but I also do want to show hey, things that are happening during this time frame that was very impactful to the way how we as civilians and everyday people are really looking at what our lives are, how they're being impacted. So I'm gonna play this clip. This is by the BBC. Actually, because I'm trying to find something that's really short and quick that actually gives a highlight of what is going on. So this one is by the BBC of what happened. So just give me one moment here while I put everything together. And the reason why again, like I said, life is short. You never know when your last day is, when what tomorrow brings. And that is something that I want to help do my best to either prepare you for, to kind of think about it now versus later, and to make sure that you have everything that you need to be to handle it. So let me go ahead on and present my screen. Let's see here. And if you have any questions, by all means, please share about how are you preparing your family for in case of an emergency of what's going on.
These are the moments just before an Army helicopter collided with an American Airlines passenger plane. This is a live feed from the Kennedy Center, and it shows the skyline of Washington, D.C. Now, here you can see the passenger plane finishing a 2-hour flight from Kansas. On board 60 people, including figure skaters returning from a competition. And here you can see the helicopter. You can see in that video that we just showed you, both aircraft were moving closer together over the span of about a minute. This map that I want to show you shows the flight path of both. You can see the helicopter coming from the top in red, the plane arriving from the bottom in blue. This is 8:47 local time, around 25 seconds before impact. We also have audio from air traffic control, which has been published online. As the two aircraft get closer, we can hear a conversation. This appears to be the air traffic controller. PAT stands for Priority Air Transport. The helicopter, CRJ, refers to the passenger plane. This response appears to be from the helicopter. But something goes wrong. The aircraft get closer to each other until this happens. Now, let's go back to the flight radar. Watch this moment again from here. You can see the plane and the helicopter getting closer to each other. The passenger plane is on a steady descent for landing.
So I do want to take a moment to share that with everybody, because one of the things is that family is important. And this is one of the reasons why I do my podcast, is to kind of showcase that you have what it takes to kind of put the things in place right now so that you are taken care of, your family is taken care of in case of an emergency. And unfortunately, a lot of people have lost their lives not expecting this to happen. And you know, this is a moment to really hug your loved ones and to really be thankful that they made it. They woke up this morning, they're breathing, they made it to their destination safely. They made it home safely today. If you have everybody home today, you know, and if they're not home right now and they're at work, you know, just send them a text. So when they see it, when they get off work, just say like, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about you. I love you. And just want to say that out loud so that you actually have that moment of peace. And obviously, even if it's for yourself, that person might be looking at you kind of strange, like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you saying this now? Like, it's okay to change. It's okay to be vulnerable. And this is why I try to create like a safe space, even though this is a live show, this is a podcast, but ultimately I built this thing to kind of show, not really show, but really highlight some of the issues that aren't really being highlighted in front of everybody, in front of, you know, yourselves or even myself. Like, I'm learning these things, and as I'm learning, I'm actually evolving. And by evolving, I'm actually taking a moment to realize what is happening to me. Where do I really want to see myself in the future? Where am I providing value? Am I actually giving to the world? What am I giving to the world? Think about the things that you're doing for yourself today. Are you feeding yourself and also giving away yourself to other people, in a sense of, are you giving them your 100%, or you giving them only 20% because you haven't fed yourself 100% yet? You're not at your peak. So you're giving them what you can, or what they necessarily can have. And it's okay. And, you know, you're not going to be 100% for everybody. It's all right, because everybody don't need your 100%. Some people just love to take. Some people love to give. And if you can find that way to kind of build those barriers, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, is kind of help build out those barriers, trying to help build up your finances so you can feel whole while you're still giving away to your family, from the older generation and also to the younger generation. So if you have any questions right now, go ahead on and throw those out in the chat. I'm curious to hear what are you working on financially for yourself, because it's okay to be selfish. Let's go on and be selfish right now. So I wanted to share that. So some of you are still new to figuring out what the sandwich generation is. And I want to share this one right here. This particular episode is from, look like a year ago. That is coming from Las Vegas KTNV channel. And I just wanted to share this right quick, because they are talking about the sandwich generation and how it actually is impacting people over time. So let's bring this in.
Raising a family comes with plenty of hurdles, but things can get even more complicated when mom and dad start caring for their elderly parents too.
That's right. Things can get challenging. And tonight I speak with a local expert who says families are facing more stress since the pandemic.
I'm exhausted. By the end of the night, I am so tired.
Yvette Solina says she's stressed.
Something's got to give eventually.
Yvette works a full-time job that keeps her on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Hi, this is Yvette.
This Henderson mom and her husband are also raising a 5-year-old, plus their daughter attending Nevada State College, and life is even busier since Yvette's parents moved to Las Vegas.
It was not part of the plan at all. They just weren't making ends meet in California.
Now Yvette drives her parents to doctor's appointments 2 to 3 times a week. She says her mom struggles to get around and needs a double knee replacement.
She also suffers from COVID lung, which still affects her until this day. She can't walk without, huffing and puffing.
Then there's her father, whose health is declining mentally due to dementia.
There is times that he can't remember who I am. And so there are those moments.
Yes, we do.
Making family life even more difficult, her parents recently faced an almost $700 rent hike, forcing Yvette to start working extra hours.
These are my parents, and I'm going to support them 110%. And if that means I have to take on a second job, so be it.
Between work, the kids, and caring for her parents, Yvette admits there's not much time for anything else.
It's stressful. Let's face it. Everybody needs something from me.
Yvette isn't alone. She's part of what's being called the sandwich generation. More than 11 million Americans are sandwiched between raising children and caring for an adult family member, according to the National Alliance for Caregiving. This report from New York Life says many family caregivers are experiencing a decline in their health and economic well-being since the pandemic.
So I do want to pause it here because one of the things about the sandwich generation is that 52% of Black household sandwich generation members actually take care of their parents and also their children. So if you're ever thinking about like, why is this such a big deal? And the reason why I'm heavily leaning into this generation, and this is the reason why. We are in it, we're living it, and also we need to figure out how to make ends meet.
We're seeing more mental health concerns in terms of just mental health and also physical health. So for me as a provider, I am seeing more families having a hard time.
Licensed clinical social worker Natasha Mosby is a lecturer teaching the next generation.
Oh yeah, I remember looking at this one. So anyway, let's go ahead on and I'm gonna take a quick break before we get to these slides. Take a moment to go ahead on and just take a break right quick. I don't have technical difficulties, but let's go on and do this one. Okay. All right, we back. All right, so let me know if that's probably too small for you guys to read. Let me do it that way. Change my background. I really don't like how they changed everything on me, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let's see. All right, so we'll be talking about today. Let me know if the slide deck is big enough for you guys to see this. Can y'all see all the words and all the things? If you can't, I can try another overlay so that y'all can read it clearly. Let me know in the chat if y'all can read it. If you can't, well, nobody is saying anything, so we're just gonna ride with it. All right, so this presentation is pretty much helping you break the cycle for the financial struggle in the sandwich generation. Now, I'm not going to read everything that's on the slides because, yes, you can read them clearly. Hey, what's going on, Joy? Thank you for coming through. Glad you can read it. All right. So the first thing that we want to talk about is um is that the number one issue within all of the sadly in the black sandwich generation. Black families are 2.4 times more likely to include external family in the household, which means that 52% of black households support both younger and older generations financially. I'm not sure about you all, but I have seen a lot of mothers, a lot of fathers, if they both cohesive parenting, both parents will bring in their child to say, like, you know what, hey, you are about over 18, come on back home. And I've noticed that more and more since the pandemic. And there seems to be an increasing thing. So that also means that you have an adult child. Are they bringing in finances at the same time? What are those boundaries that you're now going to have to enforce because they are an adult now? They can go out and get their own. But what are those stipulations of them coming inside the household? This is where you need to actually start having those conversations about that. Now we got to start thinking about that many Black Americans in the sandwich generation are covering elder care, child care, and personal finances. And because they are doing that, it causes a little stress on the back end. How are you feeling? And if this sounds familiar, it's because this is something that we've talked about before, is how are you managing this multi-generational household? And to way to get over it, it's a lot of chaos. Everybody's asking for something. Because right now, the way how it stands, according to Experian data, that the average American household debt right now is $104,000, meaning $104,215 in debt. That's how much debt people have. Not even talk about their income, but this is the amount of debt that's carrying over. And a lot of people probably haven't even finished paying off the Christmas that just happened just almost a month ago. So these are the things that you need to start thinking about is how are you going to move on from this? And this information is coming from Experian 2023 data. So one of the things that was interesting to me when I went to the store and I was waiting in line, I was actually buying a vest, like a nice thick vest, something that would keep me warm or whatever. It's a very $30 vest. And I was excited about it. I'm waiting in line. But these two girls that were in front of the store were like applying for a credit card and they were like super excited. The hoping, fingers crossed, and they like giddy and they got approved. Now, what were they buying? They were buying some t-shirts, some jeans, and some shoes. And I'm like, what are they planning to pay this whole thing off, or they're going to pay the minimum like everybody else? And then not on top of that, what are the impacts from their parents that see them with this new credit card and be like, hey, we see that you get this card. How are you going to manage it? How are you going to pay for it? Or are they just going to go out and just buy more stuff because now they got this credit card? Now, because they already in debt, they need to start understanding the interest rates as well. So because of that, this becomes an educational mindset. How are you actually going to change the mindset around it? So because you have this new financial pressure, because everybody is having this money issue and it's a generational thing inside the household, and more than likely you're going to act like the people that you are around, unless you become the black sheep, start listening to podcasts. Either you are watching different TV shows than everybody. Are you eating differently? Are you shopping differently? What are you doing that's different that will set you apart from the situation that everybody else is falling into? So right now, you can either look at one of the things that I talk about a lot is a zero-based budget. A lot of people have it. I like the 50, 30, 10, 10 rule. I talk about this a lot. Have a full episode about this. Highly recommend it. Check it out later. And then also you have the prioritization of wealth. And this comes to wealth protection, which means that you can look into life insurances. You talk about your estate planning. When it comes to the estate planning, to kind of get rid of all this chaos of what's going to happen when things happen. We just saw early in this episode about the plane crash that happened in DCA. And unfortunately, that happened. But death is something that is around the corner for everybody. We just don't know when. And are you prepared for when that happens? That is the key. How are you preparing yourself for when such things happen? And, are you having those conversations now? We need to start thinking about that. What conversations are you having right now that would actually help your family, not just yourself, but with the peace of mind of preparing for the worst so that you can actually live your best days? Now that helps us move over to like why Black Americans are most impacted by the sandwich generation. Now I want you to think about it a little bit. The I would say Black Americans, we are still learning a lot of things. We still running to learn different businesses. And as we age, a lot of the businesses that we own, the children are not willing to take over that business because most of the businesses that are owned by minorities are in the service industry. Meaning you're looking at restaurants, you're looking at hair care, you're looking at hospitality, you're looking at um, landscaping, and so forth. This new generation that's coming up is looking at more to how can they maximize the least amount of effort by providing the maximum amount of value, and it's more into the digital age. So it's causing a gap in knowledge, a gap in services, and a gap in providing for the economy to add value. Now, we need to look into also the lower intergenerational wealth. How are you transferring that information? How are you transferring your assets? It's not calculated. And a lot of the times, depending on your neighborhood, if you're in a city, they might not even see the age 25. So, how are they actually being protected? Or do you have a life insurance policy against, not against, but on your child? In case something happens, you can still have that income come in for their siblings or even for yourself to kind of continue on living for your child and continue on to pass down that next uh, buckets of money for the next generation. Yeah, look at the high student debt. A lot of us were told, like, hey, you go to school, you get this degree, and everything like that. I could tell you when I was in high school, I actually found my old papers that I was actually sitting. Where was I at? Let me move this way. So I was actually in. I was in high school, and I noticed that I applied for like maybe 2 schools, and I was always told just to you go to school, you get your degree, you get a job. But I was never told, hey, this is how you start a business. When you got out of school, these are different avenues that you can actually make some money while you're actually doing these different jobs. And immediately getting into the Pell Grants, getting into loans, Parent Plus loans, I was in that cycle. And now I'm still paying for those student loans. So that's one of the things that I am trying my best to kind of help transfer some of that generational education, because I do not want you or your family to actually go or experience the guess you could say the experiences that I had. So you don't have to. It's something that I kind of wish that was shared with me when I started. Okay. And it's okay to talk to your kids about it. It's true. And then home ownership values. You got to look at it that mortgage denial rates are 80% higher for Black applicants. how are you getting around just getting a mortgage? What are you doing right now? So the best way to kind of put yourself in that right position is to get your debt to income ratios up, get your credit scores up. And you'd be like, well, Anthony, why I don't know what my credit score is. Well, you can actually go to, what's that lovely place? What was it? Free credit report. Freecreditreport.com. You can go to freecreditreport.com and actually pull all three of them. Now, the cool thing about, let me share this screen instead so y'all can see. Share at the stage. Okay, so if you go to freecreditreport.com, you actually have the option to get TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. The beauty of doing this, one of the things that I like to do and tell my clients is to actually ladder your request. And what I mean by that is that you request one of them for right now. You request TransUnion. You look at that credit report, and then you get to see right here. So all you do is just fill out the form, you pick your reports that you want, and you get the request to review them online if you want to. Now, the beauty of doing it this way is because you get to ladder them, which means that you actually get to pull it 12 months from the time your previous pull. So if you pull in TransUnion now in January, which means that you can't pull it again until next January. Then you can wait till about March, you pull Equifax just to kind of see if anything changed. Because if they all supposed to be talking to each other, they should all be aligned, right? You pull your Equifax in March. Okay, cool. That looks good. You did all your disputes. There. You checked out everything. Make sure your addresses are up to date. Make sure any bad derogatory stuff. You can do this all on your own, by yourself. And even though I do have a affiliate link, if you guys want to start doing this for yourself, you can start as low as $1 with smart credit, so that you can go ahead on and start having those discussions as well. And they actually do write dispute letters on your behalf. It's just with one click and you're good to go. So when there's a way to get around this stuff, not to get around it, but there's a way to clean up your credit if you need to. And if you want to work with me, you can just shoot me an email at info@aboutthatwallet.com, and we can set you up to get you going for your client to clean that up. Okay, how to build a healthy financial household. This part right here is one of the key things that and I actually highly recommend, no matter what type of demographic you're in, this is going for everybody. But these numbers are reflecting for the Black Americans so that you can actually kind of see what this is coming from. All this information is actually coming from the Nielsen report that came out just a couple days ago. So this is fresh information based on 2024 data. And they say right here, invest in financial education. 29% of Black adults rely on podcasts for financial advice, which means that about 81% of Black adults are getting their information elsewhere. Where could they possibly get this information? You can either get it from a book, either watching it on TV, watching it on a YouTube channel such as this one. So many different places that you can go to. But the reason why podcast, which is interesting to me, is because that means that more and more Black people are actually listening to podcasts than ever before. And a lot of brands are actually starting to target the Black and brown audience because they know that the Black dollar is about, I think it's a $2 trillion industry, I think. If not, somebody please correct me on that. But because podcasting is becoming more personal, we are right here, we're in your ear, we're providing the value, and more than likely you trust the person that's behind the mic than you are with a regular brand. So when I'm talking about smart credit, like they're not a partnership, it's more of an affiliate. I like what they have to offer. I use them with my clients, and so that it is something that they can track their finances on their own. We can track their credit score, and we can also look into how to actually ease up your credit and what are the next steps to kind of build your credit and take yourself to that next level. So the next thing is that you can also leverage your digital and community banking. So more Black Americans are turning to credit unions and fintech to access better financial products. Going back to the fintech side of the house, which is smart credit, this is not an ad for them, but I'm just showing like this is one of the many tools that are out there that I've experienced. And I really think this is one of the great tools that are out there that will help you have all of your bills, all of your assets in one place. And because the way how credit unions are set up, they great for purchasing a house within that particular neighborhood. So say if you are looking at a $200,000 home in your neighborhood, and if you go to a big bank, they might deny you. But a smaller bank, if you already have a relationship with them, the smaller banks are looking to have more assets under their belt, under management, because when they have more assets, they can get more money. And more money they have, the more they can give back to their constituents. And they actually can provide a little bit more value, even though their interest rates might not be as great as a high yield savings account, but they will provide value in a sense of being local, somebody you can go to. You can go to their store and actually get some information that's necessary. You got to also utilize the economic groups. So you can either buy Black, bank Black, invest Black. One of the things is that when you work with me, I do bank Black. So every time you actually purchase anything from my show, whether it's this hoodie, if you even donate to, not even donate, but if you're supporting the newsletter, subscribe to the newsletter, if you subscribe to my Patreon account, all of that is actually going to a Black bank first before it actually get dispersed. So usually I try to make sure that you're investing with the Black bank, you're investing with me, it stays inside the Black community before it actually goes out. So I do want to let you know that. Hey, what's going on, Joe? Thank you for coming through. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see if we got a little bit of air horns over here for you. All right, everybody. If y'all new, go on and check out Joe, Thrive and Glow with Joe. If you actually checking this out, go on and check her out. All right. So you also got diverse income streams. So Black entrepreneurs are increasingly using side hustles and digital businesses to close the financial gap. One of the things that I have seen a lot with the digital products, those are really taking off. One of the things that I do as a content creator and also as a financial coach, I do provide a lot of digital downloads so that you actually have the resources that you can do your own homework or something that you can actually have as affirmations while you're going through your financial journey. And one of the cool things about doing all of this, I actually teach you how to do this from soup to nuts on prior live shows. So if you want me to teach you how to do one of those again, hey, let's go ahead on and do that, because I love helping out everybody to learn a new skill so that either A, you get paid, or B, you can actually showcase for yourself. If you just need some affirmations, you just need some information. I mean, the thing is, it's a lot. You know, we get it done. So now we're down to these questions. These questions I do want to leave with you. You can answer them at your leisure and answer them when you're comfortable, which is, what resources are available for financial assistance? You know, I want you to think about that in your area. What can assist you with your housing? What can assist you with your what's it called? With your car, if you're doing elderly care, what are the things or resources in your neighborhood that can actually help you with that? Certain states and certain counties will provide you with extra funding, or they will put new windows up for you. They'll take care of the siding for your house. They will take care of your roof. You have your walkway needs to be redone. You need a little what's it called, ramp for your elderly uh parent. They will actually have that all covered for you, so you can make this happen. And so it's not a matter of a no, it's just a matter of who. Okay, I want you to think about who can help you out with this, not that you have a no. And if somebody tells you no, it's just not might not be the right time for them to help you, but somebody else is out there willing to help you without you doing a GoFundMe. And actually, you more than likely can actually get a grant, which means that you don't even have to pay that back, so that you actually can have something that you are in control of and can provide for your family. The third question here is, what are some strategies for building generational wealth? I want you to think about that, because I can talk to you about so many different ways, and that's the beauty of having a open mindset, is that when you're open to a lot of things, you can create so many different options. And like Dr. Constance said on a prior episode, is that she loves options. She loves providing options for her family. And by doing so, it allowed her to actually go out to have life insurance for her family. She can actually utilize that money to buy houses. She utilizing the money for so many different things. And this is the reason why you want to focus on that. Now, the last question is, are there any specific programs for Black families? Now, this is something that you can actually Google. It, like, again, this is more about the geographical location if you want specific for your neighborhood. Now, beyond that, there are so many other grants that you can apply for. You can go to grants.gov, check out the grants that are available for you in your town, or for you, or for your situation that you're willing to take care of. Now, there are several grants that are out there. You can easily get like $1 million grant, $2 million grant, even if it is a $10,000 grant. Hey, money is money. If you want to go and take advantage of it, let's make it happen. So, which brings us up to the very last question, the very last thing of this show. I do appreciate everything that y'all doing. This is just for the slide deck. I think I got another 20 minutes on here, so we can party up. I don't have any drinks, man. So thirsty. Keep forgetting my drinks. One of these days we're gonna have to have a nice little mocktail moment. I'll share some wine stories, or I can talk about new wines that are out. Are y'all like wine? Do y'all like beer? Do y'all like liquor? Let me know, because I'm curious to see. Like, because I do want to try some new wines. I do enjoy a good like a good cider. Those are my jam. And I can do some mocktails. Obviously, it's just juice. I can do some mocktails, just to kind of showcase, hey, this is a little light on the palate, so you can still look cool with your friends while you're out and about. But yeah, wine. I can do some wine. I can do some wine. All right. So again, we're gonna just say, like, join the movement. Um, if you really enjoyed this presentation, please share this with somebody. Give this show a thumbs up if you haven't already, because it really helps out the show. And this is the only favor that I ever ask, is to kind of give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think, so that we can continue on to grow this channel and to reach more people. One of the things that I do want to say, I hate this thing. It never gets me right. I gotta find me one of these little filter thingies. All right. Let me remove some of these things. I'm not even sure. There we go. You gotta love StreamYard. It's doing it. It does what it do. If I say, yeah. So if y'all got any questions right now, I don't want to keep you guys long if you don't have to, because I stressed it enough to talk about the importance of escaping the rat race, making sure that you're not like every other sandwich generation, because you took time out to listen to this podcast. You took time out to ask the right questions. You took time out to set the right barriers with your family, and providing that language that would be useful, which is, hey, no, not right now. I ain't got it. You're gonna wait till next week. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, what's going on, boss? Give you some air horns up in here. Thank you for coming through. So, yeah, so you're a beer person, okay? We gotta get you gotta have a you come on the show to kind of talk about what kind of beer you like. Let's talk about your beer and what you enjoy about it. Because I haven't been drinking in a while. It's been saving me a couple dollars since I haven't been drinking on the show. And I have to say that I made it. Actually, no, I didn't make it through January dry. I had a couple mocktails. Actually, one just yesterday. Had a Long Island iced tea. I can. I love my. I love the liquor. When it comes to beer, it just seems kind of lazy. So I always like for the bartender to actually put in some work. Like, especially if I'm gonna pay for it. No, you need to pay. You need to you come off do some talent, because the beer you just pouring it. However, I used to be a bartender, and pouring beer, it does take a skill, but it takes more skill to get the right liquor and juice combination so it could taste good. And that's the reason why I'm more of a liquor person. I do wine only when I'm lazy. And the wines that I like are more of like a red, or I can do more of a like a rosé. You know what I'm saying? I know I look tired, like my eyes are red. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not getting enough sleep, you guys. Um, Honestly, it's a lot going on. Um, just staying up late, watching my anime, um, and then going to work. Then gotta get ready, research, gotta get my things going for the prior episodes. And one of the things I've noticed, have you guys been checking out the AI episodes I've been putting out? Because I've been playing around with AI. Do y'all guys want to see some AI tools? Hey, yes. Or type in AI if y'all want to see me talk about some AI. Y'all want to see what AI tools I'm using? Because I can share those as well. Because I know some of you all are, well, boss, I know you're a podcaster. All right, Joe. Let's see. Let's see. Get my AI tools. AI tools. All right. Oh, this is a new AI tool that I just tried out today. So y'all are getting a sneak peek of what's going to be dropping. I would say either tomorrow, or I might drop it on Saturday, because I do want to do some edits. I want to play around with it. Okay, so this tool, to prep y'all, this tool is called HeyGen Labs, but it's HeyGen. So I'm gonna add this to the stage. So this is an AI tool called HeyGen. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. So it's called HeyGen Labs. And the reason why I was testing this out is because you can drag in a PDF or even a website link, right? I gave it the show notes for the episode, the last episode that I did for my show, which was let me see. If you haven't subscribed to the show on Apple or even Spotify, please do that, and just either give me 5 stars so I can get up on these rankings. I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be top dog law, you know what I'm saying? I need all your help. Please. Let me see if I can share this. So this is how it looked like on Apple, right? So I didn't even upload the AI episode yet. So it's episode 25, I mean 285 with Dr. Constance. If you haven't heard that one, I highly recommend it. Not because I'm being selfish, but because we actually went a deep dive into her show. So, hey, what's going on, Matt? Thank you for coming through. Get a little air horns here. Definitely coming in from Twitch. Thank you, sir. Whoops. I think I even stop. We're just gonna lower the volume on that one. So one of the things is that this is gonna be a first time, listen, y'all getting a sneak preview of this is a brand new episode. I never tried this out. Let's see what it comes out with. I'm gonna see if I can turn on the volume. Let's see. Let me see. Let me check this out.
Hey, have you ever thought about how our past experiences with money shape our financial habits today?
Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Please tell me y'all heard that. Type yes if y'all heard it. Something, because I just want to make sure y'all heard it because I think this is actually pretty cool. All right, cool. Let's go down and run through. I'm gonna see what they got to say. I'm listening
You
with
mean
y'all.
like how our upbringing affects how we handle finances now?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I was reading about Dr. Constance Craig Mason, and she talks about healing financial trauma to reclaim our wealth and worth.
Healing financial trauma? That sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
So she believes that wealth isn't just what you hold, it's what you heal.
That's a deep perspective. So our emotional wounds impact our financial well-being?
Exactly.
Come on now.
When life starts,
Lifing?
when life gets tough, it chips away at our self-worth, which affects how we earn, save, and invest.
I can see that. If you don't feel worthy, you might, make poor financial decisions.
Yeah, or overextend ourselves by swiping credit cards, creating debt. It all ties back to our sense of self-worth.
That's powerful. But how do we begin to heal those financial traumas?
Well, she suggests starting with self-awareness. We need to look in the mirror.
Keep in mind that one, this is all AI generated. The people are AI generated. The voices are AI generated. All I did was just give them the PDF of the transcript. I just gave them the transcript of the show, and it's already doing this, right? So that's one tool, right? That's one of the tools that I'm using. Okay, brand new. This is first heard world premiere for this episode. I'm gonna put this one out, right, as a bonus episode. Now the other one that I'm dealing with is called Notebook LM. How many of y'all played around with Notebook LM at all, or played around with these tools yet? Now I'm giving you guys like behind the scenes podcast stuff because I actually really enjoy it. Okay. If you haven't played around with these tools, it's okay. I love this stuff. So this is the other one. It's another AI tool utilizing AI voices, and I give it all the data that is that's provided. So right here, you actually looking at. I already gave it some things. I gave it the show notes again, and also gave it the annual report from the Nielsen report today. And what I did was, it didn't click to load the conversation. Okay, I'm not sure why it's loading the conversation anymore, but it's right here. Sweet. All right, so listen to this. This is all AI done. The voices are AI, and it just took what I had on here. So let's see what they have.
Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive, into this fascinating conversation between Anthony Weaver and Dr. Constance Craig Mason on episode 295 of the About That Wallet podcast.
Okay.
And I think you're going to be, really interested in what Dr. Craig Mason has to say, especially about your own personal journey, from poverty to financial empowerment.
Yeah, what really struck me right away was her story growing up in poverty in Baltimore. She knows firsthand the challenges.
Can y'all hear that? Please let me know y'all heard that, because this is actually next level podcasting, and this is what I've been using for about a month and a half now. Because this thing is so cool. You can give it any PDF and like, hey, just tell me, like, summarize this, dumb it down for me, and do the thing. And I love this. Now, one thing that I do, I'm sharing this with you guys because you guys are here with me. I'm gonna continue on to play this right quick. I'm gonna bring back the I'm gonna show you what I do, but I'm gonna continue playing this because I want to show you the back end of making music. Because some of you be like, man, I really wish I had some killer music that's not copyrighted. So let me play this right here. Y'all listen to this for like another 30 seconds or so, and I'm gonna switch over to the AI tool that I use for music.
So many people face, but she didn't let that, like hold her back.
Right.
She turned it into a driving force to help others achieve financial freedom.
Yeah, and that leads right into, her central message.
Mhm.
This idea that wealth is not what you hold, it's what you heal.
Mm.
That's a pretty powerful shift in perspective.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, we often focus on the practical steps, saving, investing, budgeting.
Right.
But Dr. Craig Mason, she reminds us that our mindset, our emotional well-being, they play a huge role.
Yeah. And, it makes me think about how, those early experiences with money can really shape our beliefs.
Mhm.
Anthony, Dr. Craig Mason both talked about, growing up in poverty and how it can create this, this feeling of scarcity.
Mm.
Have you ever noticed that, like in your own life, that feeling of never having enough no matter how much you earn?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's that scarcity mindset that can lead to, bad financial decisions like overspending or avoiding investments.
So how do we break free from that?
Well, Dr. Craig Mason really emphasizes the importance.
Okay, so now that y'all heard that, right? So I gave you guys like an extra minute to listen to that. So another tool that I've used, this is called Suno. It's suno.com, Suno, as you see it right there. I have a referral link. I could put that in there if y'all interested. But let me go back to Notebook LM because I do want to share with you this thing. Notebook LM is already part of your Google account. Okay. All you have to do is type in Notebook LM, hit enter. It will show up, and all you do is just click in, and it will say like, "Hey, which Google account you want to use?" Click the one, any one of them. It doesn't matter. They already got your information anyway. What's an extra tool? So let them have access. You check it out. As you see, I've used it several times, and I started playing around with it in December 6th. Actually, no, December 6th. So I'm still new to this tool, but it's one of the best tools that I've been using for my podcast. Meaning in the sense that I can actually use this as a bonus episode for the episode that's already played. So if you're very long-winded and you have an hour-long show, I use Notebook LM to chop down a nice digestible size episode for like 10 minutes. And all you have to do is just take 10 minutes and knock it out. And it's a really great tool. I love it. So, and then you'll be like, man, how did you get the music? So one of the things that I do, I go to Suno and then I just kind of say like, make a song over here. I'm already signed in. So, so I'm already signed in and I go to my library because I already created these songs just playing around with different things. And I'm gonna zoom in here. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger for you all. Okay. Is that better for you all? Let me know. Yes, no. So one of the things that I did was, y'all know I keep like my own music. So I do make my music using GarageBand, but I was like, let me give them something and let's see what happens. So this one right here, I call it like metal. Matter of fact, I did this one for breaking news because I needed something for like news articles that I wanted to talk about. So I created something called breaking news. Let's listen to it. Sounds amazing, right? So I was thinking like, okay, cool. And Matt, from your streams, you actually have a lot of music on your streams. if you guys are ever on Twitch, make sure y'all follow Matt doing his thing. I have motion sickness, so I usually just kind of have it on the background while you're listening to music and shooting up things. So okay, so you say on Suno, you give it the lyrics, right? No, that's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing. Let's do this. We're gonna create a song. I got 50 credits, right? So we got 50 credits. Let's create a song. All right. Give me some words. Give me any words that you want to. And I'm gonna say we're gonna do a classical lyric model. I'm not gonna do instrumental. So give me some words to put in here. Give me something, just anything. Like you want some bedroom music, you want some pop lock and drop it music. You want some drums in there. You want some salsa. You want some drum and bass. So while y'all thinking about, I'm taking everybody's entry. So give me anything. Anybody that's in the chat right now, type in some type of thing that's related to music, and we're gonna go in and I'm gonna put that all together. And we're just gonna create a song together. Let's do it. So while y'all doing that, I'm gonna show you the things that I put to create these songs. So I just typed in deep bass, dance hall, reggae, trap music, Afro beats, and house to create some of these. So this is what I actually put in, and these are the songs that it came up with. So, I even did for breaking news, I was like energetic, electric, rock. So these are examples of the things that I put into it. So let me know. And I did some synth music because I was like, I'll do like a synthesizer. It's actually pretty cool. And I clicked, and I can also click extend. So it would actually build off of what it is before. So as you see right here, this one was only 58 minutes. I clicked extend and then got it up to 4 minutes. So I want y'all to just throw out anything in the chat so I can put this into the thing. Let's listen to the synth one while y'all type in some things. This is great, like hold music while y'all doing y'all thing. I thought it was actually pretty cool. I think they did a good job. And the build up is great. Like, so cool. All right, so far I got Joe. Oh, so Matt, if you want this song, let me know. I'll send this to you. Since I have most of the info. So let me know where you want me to send to you. Just message me. I can send to you. All right. So Joe, this the only one that's putting something in. Anybody else putting anything in? Anybody else want to say anything? Say uplifting. Pop energetic. Okay. Anybody else? Type something. Going once. Twice. 2 times the lady. So, okay. Nobody ain't saying nothing. All right. Joe, you ready for your song? Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready for your song. We're going to generate it right now. Or just say something like you're ready. And need ideas. Nope. Alrighty. Nobody else said anything. So let's create your song. And usually generate it down here. Come on, machine. Why is it giving me a notification? Oh, I got to follow. Somebody follow me. Nice. Create the song. Oh. Why is it not doing what I wanted to do? It does take a moment to do its thing, so why isn't it not doing it? Try 3.5. Create. Oh. Well, then where the heck is my... Oh. Duh. If I scroll up, it's right there. So I ran it so many times. All right, so Joe, you ready for your song? Let me see if I could play one of them right now. So this is version 4, which is their latest version. Let's see what they got. This is your song, Joe. If you want, I could download it
from the bottom with a hope, climbing up the ladder never slower, dancing through the shadows like a ghost. Every step we take makes us bolder. We don't need to worry about the fall. Life's a game and we've got it all. Dreams are calling like a siren song. Rise and shine, it won't take long. Feel the rhythm in our souls, breaking through the walls of old. Hearts are beating uncontrolled. We are diamonds cut from gold.
This is actually pretty cool.
Clouds will part and sun will glow. In our hearts we'll always know.
And the cool thing about it, Joe, it actually gave you lyrics, which is already over here. So we can actually see if I can pop out the lyrics. I actually do like this. Let me share. I'm gonna copy the link so you can actually listen to it on your own. Boom. So now you have your own song, Joe. This is for you. Because they generate and is AI generated, not every song is the same. So let's try. Now, the thing about it, keep in mind they do make different versions. Usually, when you press it once, it can generate 2 of them, and they can change like the album art and all that fun stuff. So let's see what this one has for this song.
Started from the bottom with a hope, climbing up the ladder never slower, dancing through the shadows like a ghost. Every step we take makes us bolder.
We don't need to worry about the fall. Life's a game and we've got it all. Dreams are calling like a siren song. Rise and shine, it won't take long. Feel the rhythm in our souls, breaking through the walls of old. Hearts are beating uncontrolled. We are diamonds cut from gold.
Clouds will part and sun will glow. In our hearts we'll always know. Even in the darkest night, we'll shine on with all our might. Tomorrow's waiting with open arms. No more hiding from alarms.
Okay, so you want this one too? All right, let me give you this one. Copy link. I mean, Joe, we over here making music. All right, anybody else want to try? I mean, just give me some tunes or something I want to throw up in there. Joe, you want me to put your So Joe, do you want me to actually put this in there to see what they come up with? I could put in your whole name and see what happens. See what they come up with. Let's see what this song. Because the cool thing about it, you're funny. All right, let's see what they have in here. All right, let's see what Joe got. And if y'all curious, I mean, y'all can have your own song too. Just let me know. I got credits. Apparently, they renew as well every day. So we see what they come up with and create. All right, so you get 2 songs. And how many credits I got left? I got 50 credits still. All right. They ain't take away my credits yet. So let's see what we got. Oh no. Joe, it looked like it kept the same electric pop, but it used your name as the title. So let's see what it comes up with.
Catch the sunrise with a grin. Feel the breeze upon your skin. Every step's a fresh new win. Let the dance of life begin. Morning coffee, rush delight. Dreams take off by.
I mean, Joe, is that your vibe? Is that your vibe you're going for? Let's try this one.
Catch the sunrise with a grin. Feel the breeze upon your skin. Every step's a fresh new win. Let the dance of life begin. Morning coffee, rush delight. Dreams take off by daylight.
I'm with you on that
Keep your
one, Joe.
heart in purest.
I'm with you on that one because I think that one is actually pretty good too. Let me matter of fact, I'm gonna publish this one if you don't mind. I'm gonna make this one public. So when people go to visit my my library, they can actually see it and actually like the song and follow me and so forth. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna copy this link, send this to you. So now you got your own song. If you want, as you can see, I can download these, which is amazing. And this is a 3-minute song. All right, I never tried one with my name though. Let me try this. Let's see about that wallet. Let's see what it comes up with. Do I want a lyrical song? Yes. I never thought about using like my actual podcast name. That's actually pretty cool. So these are the tools that I'm using. And the beautiful thing about utilizing this, if you see this toggle button right here, I actually put on instrumental. So when I'm using the AI notebook voice, I'm going to share this tab. When I'm using these voices here, I'm putting the voices on top of the AI music. So it's 100% AI, but it's also 100% my type of content because I already given it the words to use to build off of. I've already had the guests come on the show, so their voice is also being heard. So this is 100% original content. So it's not copyrighted content because it's not like it's going out and saying like, oh, I'm listening to this from About That Wallet. No, this is my stuff. It's like you bought the car and you just put paint over top of it, or you drew the picture and you use AI to kind of enhance that picture or just make it smaller or something like that to that nature. So that's the beauty of AI and utilizing it. It's amazing how you want to look at it. So, and because these AI songs, Joe, you can use this, download it, and keep it forever. Put this up on your YouTube channel as like background music, or if you doing a commercial or something like that, just to kind of showcase your stuff. Or if you posting up on Instagram or even doing the YouTube shorts, you can utilize that music without any copyright issues, and you'll be fantastic. Like, who's going to challenge you? This is all AI driven. You've given it something to generate. So let's see what it did for the About That Wallet. Let's see what we got. Ooh, it knows me so well. Okay.
The wallet's missing from the floor. It's got my secrets, nothing more.
Oh yeah, I'm using this on Instagram.
I checked the drawers, I checked the spikes.
Check my drawer.
Left me hanging in my Nikes. Last night we tore up the town. Now my wallet's not around. Call the cops or play it smooth. and start anew. Hey, hey, where'd it go? My cash, my cards, my flow.
Here's my flow.
Don't you know what's gone? Now I'm broke from dusk till dawn.
My new intro song right here.
Dancing lights and screaming bass. Drinks were flowing in that place. Left a tip but lost my grip. Now my wallet's gonna slip. Check your jackets, check the shoes.
Check the shoes.
Hope it's not lost to the booze.
The alcohol. They even know
Count
my
your
show.
blessings, count your charms.
This is amazing.
It's not awful, but it harms. Hey, hey, where'd it go? My cash, my cards, my flow. Don't you know what's gone?
Okay, that's gonna be my new intro. So my intro is gonna be like 3 minutes long. I don't care. I'm gonna just hit play. We're gonna be rocking out for like 3 minutes. This is my new intro music. I'm putting that for the public so everybody can listen to it. Let's see what the second one came out with. Okay, similar groove. We're gonna see what this one say.
The wallet's missing from the floor. It's got my
Ooh.
secrets, nothing more. I checked the drawers, I checked the spikes. Left me hanging in my Nikes. Last night we tore up the town. Now my wallet's not around.
Okay, it's like
All the
a
cops, so play it smooth.
little
Pay my
cut
debts
down.
and start anew. Hey, hey, where'd it go? My cash, my cards, my flow. Don't you know what's gone?
Okay.
Now I'm broke
It's
from
tough.
dusk till dawn.
Broke from dust to dawn. Come on now.
Dancing lights and screaming bass. Drinks
Okay.
were flowing in that place. Left a tip.
This is like my whole party.
lost my grip.
This is like my life for all 2024 at every conference. Cut down the silver. Yep.
Check your jackets, check the shoes.
Okay.
Hope it's not lost to the booze. Count your blessings, count your charms.
Yep.
It's not awful, but it harms. Hey, hey, where'd it go? My cash, my cards,
My flow.
Don't you know what's gone? Now I'm broke from dusk
Dust
till
till dawn.
Dancing lights and screaming bass. Drinks were flowing in that.
I might have to have that like as my outro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. But I'm just letting you know that AI is here to stay. I know, right? It's so catchy. Like at this point, anybody that's watching this right now, if you don't have a way to summarize your information, so like I said, using Notebook LM to summarize your information. So if there's like a long PDF, you're looking at something, you're like, man, this junk is boring. I wish somebody could read it to me or summarize it. Use Notebook LM. If you have a digital book or like a PDF or something like that, just give it the PDF or even give it a link to the website. It will summarize the whole thing. Like if you're watching this, like if you haven't done any of this yet, there is no reason why you haven't used AI. I'm just telling you right now that AI is amazing. I love it. On the way out, Lois. Oh man, thank you so much for coming through, Joe. I greatly appreciate you participating. Man, this was fun. Hopefully you all got something away from this. I mean, I know we talked about a wide range of topics today. And even with AI, utilizing it to kind of help build out your stuff. I mean, you can't go wrong with ChatGPT. I'm just trying to do something that's beyond ChatGPT a little bit. of like, hey, there are other tools that are out there. ChatGPT is great for like brainstorming, you trying to get some stuff together. So you can even do that too. So if you have ChatGPT write you a whole list of stuff and you're like, I ain't reading all that. Copy that, send that on over to Notebook LM, let it go on and write you a summary. You can have FAQs, all that stuff like that. It's really amazing. So yeah, it's great stuff. Man, this AI, I'm so happy that people are thinking about how to make life a little easy for the creative person or for the non-creative people. And if you want to be faceless, you can do that. If you want to create a whole faceless YouTube, let's do it. But by all means, have fun with this stuff while it's free, because they can charge up to the wazoo. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm curious on what's going to happen in the next couple days or even years, because this stuff is really cool. All right, everybody. I think this is going to be it, and I'm gonna close out listening to this last bit of, how many minutes? We got like a couple minutes left. I'm gonna just play the music. Y'all more than welcome to stick around. I'm gonna jam out to my song since it's my personal song. Thank you so much, Joe. And if you guys want to create a song, just let me know while I'm playing these next 3 minutes of music. Y'all have a good one. All right, let's go on and slide on out with this smooth groove.
Place left a tip, but lost my grip. Now my wallet's gonna slip. Check your jackets, check the shoes. Hope it's not lost to the booze. Count your blessings, count your charms. It's not awful, but it harms. Hey, hey, where'd it go? My cash, my cards, my flow. Don't you know what's gone? Now I'm broke from dusk till dawn. Catch the sunrise with a grin.
Hey, nerdy film girl. Congrats on buying your first ETF. That is amazing. Let's go. Get you some air horns. That is amazing. Congrats on your ETF. Whichever ETF it is, I'm sure it's going to do amazing things. Make sure, again, always check out your PE ratio. You do not want to get charged anything more than 1%. So if it's at 1.0%, please double check it. If not, sell it, get another one. Make sure y'all in those low cost index funds and ETFs. I do not want you guys to lose money. All right, everybody. I'm out. Peace. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And find my outro in stream.